हुए Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Today, I want to sing a song for you, actually. I hope all of you are listening to this. Have you ever heard this really famous song, actually? बहुत ही famous गाना है. Okay. I believe it was a movie where Hrithik Roshan was kind of a dancer and he used to work in a restaurant which was on the beach side. Am I correct or not, Udit sir? It is Hrithik Roshan, right? Yes, it is Hrithik Roshan. So the song goes something like this, okay? एक पल का जीना, फिर तो है जाना, तोहफा क्या लेके जाइए, दिल ये बताना. Now, why I'm singing this song is because our topic is quite relevant to that today. If you have ever noticed, when it comes to flowers, they only come for a moment in a plant's life, and they pretty much are worth it. For you to see one of your plants in the garden to bloom beautiful flowers, it's really worth it. It is ek pal ka jeena. The flower comes for only like couple of days if you're lucky enough, or just a day, and then it just goes away. There is nothing remaining. Well, you think there is nothing remaining, but there is a lot of things this is going on when the flowers bloom for a plant. And it's one of the happiest time for a plant as well, because by blooming the flower, the plant has finally successfully finished the job it had. So let's talk more about it. Myself, Sourajit Das. If you have been taking our YouTube classes, I'm sure you're familiar with me. I am a biology teacher here at ODA Class. If you don't know about ODA Class, go check out the app. It's amazing. And the way you learn in this application, you're gonna hate your books eventually. Okay, it'll hardly take like one day for you to hate your books if you join the classes with us. And this is just the beginning. You get a lot of features in our free classes in the ODA app. But if you want to get more, if you want to become a premium student and win more and earn more and learn more, what you can do is join for our 1 week course, which is called Bridge Course. It starts every Monday. Let me tell you what you're going to get in this program. You will get multiple teachers. Yes, you heard it right. In school, usually your one teacher only teaches you science, but not here. Here, you will have multiple teachers who will teach you science as well as maths. Not only a teacher who teaches biology will be part of your science team, but also somebody who teaches chemistry and physics as well. It's always better to be taught by experts. Won't you agree with me? So why not check out the expert teachers we have? We also give you an expert doubt support through an expert educator who will take care of your doubts, help you out with your assignments, anything at all that you're struggling with as a student. These people can actually sort it down for you. Not only that, we will also give you homework as well as practice material and, of course, prep, everything on the ODA app. I know it sounds very impossible, but you must check out the app and you're gonna love it. Free classes are good, but Bridge course is better. And always, why stick with good when things can be better? So make sure you check out the Bridge course and enroll for it. Now, I have a great news for you. The actual price of the Bridge course is actually 499, but, but, if you use the link that is in the description of this video, this is my teacher scholarship link. You can join right now, by the way. We have a Monday batch. You can click on that link and go get the bridge course for a discount price of only 49 rupees. Only first 10 lucky students. Because the link expires in 3 to 4 hours and only is active for 10 clicks for each student. So make sure if you're clicking on the link, finish the payment and get on with the Monday batch. Now, moving forward, I would also want you to concentrate in right now whatever we're discussing because we're going to talk about something interesting. My name is Sourajit Das. I'm a biology teacher here at ODA Class. I've been teaching biology for more than this is my 7+ year running actually, and I've mentored a lot of students. Can you see how many zeros I have here? I'm sure all that marks that you have gathered in your entire life as a student, all of their total also will not be so many zeros behind it. So, you know what I'm talking about. Make sure that you make the best of this video and learn as much as you can. Now, moving forward, what we have for you today is these beautiful flowers. Yes, हम आपके लिए आज गुलदस्ता लेके आए हैं दिल से और हम पढ़ाना चाहते हैं कुछ जो आपके साथ पूरी जिंदगी रहेगी. How many of you love flowers? Like looking at flowers, appreciating their beauty, not like picking it and destroying that plant's life. How many of you love flowers? Let us know in the comment section. And also tell us what is the most beautiful flower you have seen so far in your life, or what is the favorite flower of yours. Let us know in the comment section. Now, when it comes to flowers, they are, part of plant itself, and they are not always present in the plant's lifetime. The plant has to grow, mature, and when the time arrives for reproduction, that is when these beautiful organs of plant come blooming, and not only they spread their fragrance everywhere, they also spread their beauty and get all our hearts to a mush. That's what we're going to discuss today. We're going to discuss about the plant part, which is flower. This is part of the series for dummies, plants. Go check out the other videos as well. Subscribe to the channel so that you can access our playlist on these topics and continuously watch them one by one. You can get an entire crash course of these topics very easily. I'll come up with more topics as we go along. So make sure you subscribe and, of course, click the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload another video. Now, for today, let's talk about flowers first of all. Flower belongs to the shoot part of the plant. In case you haven't watched the previous videos that I've done, if you want to know what is the main difference between these and these parts, go check out the other videos. Basically, what you need to understand is the ground is the standard frame here. Everything that is below ground is part of the root system. Everything that is above ground is part of your shoot system. The shoot system mainly contains leaf and stem, which is the common body structure of a plant. Flower, on the other hand, is a special case. Flower is not visible throughout the entire life of the plant, but only in certain moments of it, when the plant is ready to reproduce. So let's talk about flower today. Now, as I already mentioned to you, that flower is nothing but the reproductive organ of the plant. So remember that forever in your mind. Flowers are there for a reason. One of the most important reason that qualifies you as a living organism. Reproduction, making copies of yourself for next generation, posterity. Okay, so when it comes to flowers, they are the reproductive organs of flowering plants. A lot of the books that you study from, they usually only write plants. You must know this thing. Every plant does not produce flowers. There are a set of plants who do not produce flowers at all. For example, ferns. If you want to know what is the difference between these, I have done a video on ferns and mosses as well. Go check it out in the other videos. Okay. So flowers are the reproductive organs of flowering plants. Eventually, once the flower is blossoming and then pollination takes place, it will turn eventually into a fruit, and the fruit will have seed inside them. And the seeds are basically the babies of the plant. All these beautiful flowers, petals, and all display of these things are only so that they can get the seed. Okay. Now, when it comes to a flower, or let's just say flower bud, there are mainly three sections. This entire section that you're seeing, this thick, almost rhombus section that you're seeing, and this last portion. In case of plant leaf also, you will always see a stalk that connects the plant leaf to the stem. Flowers also have it, and that is called as pedicel. In case of leaf, we call it as petiole. So don't get confused between pedicel and petiole. Pedicel is basically the stalk that connects the flower bud to the node of the stem. The second thing is the thalamus. Thalamus is basically this rhombus looking part. Okay, this pedicel part that has become very thick to incorporate rest of the structure. And this thalamus is also sometimes called as receptacle. Receptacle was an old term. Nowadays we go with thalamus as an official term. Is the thick uppermost part of the pedicel. The last part of the flower is this part. All this structure that you're seeing, all of it together is called as rings. अंगूठी देखो मेरे कितने सारे rings है. Kind of the same, but they are called rings because they usually have a circular configuration. Okay, they are also called whorls. Whorl basically means, how do I say it? Spin. That's the reason why the brand name is Whirlpool. Whirlpool is basically a type of movement of fluid or water in case of pressure difference, which causes the water to spin like that. It's very dangerous, by the way. So We call them whorls or rings. These are the actual floral organs. Rest of the structure that you see, the pedicel and the thalamus, these are just accessory parts. Okay. Now, when it comes to the whorls, there are mainly four whorls. Remember that. Okay. There are mainly four whorls. There are six infinity stones, but there are only four whorls. Okay. Or if whorls, saying whorls again and again somehow gets your tongue twisted, say rings. Okay. There are four rings of the floral organs, and they are all attached at the receptacle or thalamus. Okay, they are all attached at the receptacle or thalamus. They are in the sequence of going from outside to inside the flower. First, you have the sapple. Sapple is basically this green part that you're seeing right now. Number one. Okay. Then you have the petal. Petal, everybody knows petals, right? These are the most colorful parts of the plant. And then you have androecium and gynosium. Now, why I have colored them differently is because these are the sex organs of the flower. Rest of these are accessory parts who also have a job, but not the main part. Okay. So you can see right now, this is the gynosium. You can see so many of these are there. They are all together called as gynosium, whereas, sorry, they are all together called as androecium, whereas this part, as you can see, I've marked it as 4 here, that is called as gynosium. Repeating this once again, I did a mistake there. Androecium comes first. So many of them are there right now, you can see. Whereas gynecium is just the middle one. Okay, we'll go on talking about each one of them one by one. So let's do it. Now, in your exam, you will definitely get a question where they ask you that draw a proper labeled diagram of flowers. So I'm showing you a diagram of flower that I usually draw. This is the easiest way to go around, and try to, of course, copy this one. When it comes to the whorls, their names can confuse you. So pay attention, everybody. This is a very important part. The first whorl, which is called saples, saples is a singular noun, whereas calyx is the plural term for it. Now, each flower usually will contain 4 to 5 sepals. That depends on flower, different types of flower also. This green part or the green portion that you're seeing right now, this is part of the sapal. Now you will usually not have only one sapal, you will have at least more than 2 or 3. That's why in plural we call it as calyx. The job of a calyx is to provide protection, because before the flower blooms, it's a bud and it needs that green portion to cover it and protect it while it's developing. Second whorl or second ring is the petals. Okay. Hey, why is it tick 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 tick? Petals. Okay. Petals are the most colorful part of the plant, and of course, there is not one single petal, multiple petals will be there. So, the plural noun for petal is called corolla. The job of a petal is only one, and that is to be bright and beautiful and attract all the pollinators. There's a reason why most of the flowers have very brightly colored petals. Why are none of them black? Have you ever wondered why are none of them gray? Because those colors are not bright enough. They don't really reflect a very high frequency of, sorry, wavelength of light. Yellow, orange, and then you have white. So blue, these purple, you will see a lot of flowers that usually adapt to that color frequency. So that these kind of colors are what gets the attention of our very friend pollinators such as bees and butterflies and other insects. That's the reason why the petals are so beautifully designed. Sometimes petals can help you get fragrance as well, which is also another plus point to attract pollinators. The next two structures are the sexual organs of the flower. Okay, you have the stamen. Stamen is the singular noun. So each of this that you're seeing, that is called a stamen. Now a flower usually will have multiple stamens. So that's the reason why we call them together as androecium. A fun fact, by the way, did you know android is actually male version of a droid? On the other hand, you see gynesium or gynosium, your female version of android is actually called gyandroid. So these two terms, gyno and andro, these are usually used to refer a male counterpart and a female counterpart. So when it comes to stamen, which is the male sexual organ of the flower, we call it as androecium. Okay, it's the male part of the flower. Whereas the last one, which is also called as carpel in singular noun and plural is called gynesium, is the female part of the flower. Now it is usually common to see a single female part. And sometimes you might see multiple also in some of the cases, but most of the time the configuration is such a way that stamen will be more and pistils, or you can say carpels, will usually be less. Carpels are also sometimes called as pistils. Okay, in case you get confused, try to use both these terms. It'll be easier also. So these are the main four whorls of a flower. Now, in every flower, you might not find all of them. That's a very important thing to notice. Based on the presence of uh, third and the fourth ring, because third and the fourth ring is the one that decides if a flower is male sexual flower or female sexual flower. So some of the flowers might contain both of these. For example, can you think of something? I'll give you one. Hibiscus plant that you always study about in your book. That's a bisexual plant flower. You can find the female part, the pistil, as well as the stamens coming out from the stick of the pistil itself. So when it comes to a flower where both the male and the female parts are available, androgen, gynogen, both are there, we call these kind of flowers as bisexual flower. We also sometimes call them as a complete flower because they have all the four rings. On the other hand, if a flower contains either male or female part, not both of them, obvious reason we call them as unisexual flowers. Very good example would be grass type. Most of the grass type plants, the flower that they produce are usually unisexual flower. Sweet pea is also one. Begonia is a common one that you will find everywhere in your book. Now, because they do not have both the sexual parts of the actual flower, that means they're missing one or the other ring also, because of which we also call them as incomplete flower. There are other terms for that as well. Sometimes we call them as a perfect flower and imperfect flower also, based on if you have all the four rings or maybe missing one or the two. Sometimes it can also happen that some of the flowers don't have a proper sepal. So you will call it as imperfect flower. Maybe it doesn't have proper petals, imperfect flower. But if it has all of them, it's a perfect flower. Flowers are really, really diverse, by the way. You must understand that because of necessity, because they also adapt according to their environment. So as I was telling you, a complete flower that contains all the rings will be designated as complete flower. If any of the rings are not available or missing, we call it as incomplete flower. Now, I hope you had a wonderful time learning this topic with me. Go check out the ODA app. You'll find even more interesting topics to learn. And this is just a couple of minutes of class. Come join us for the actual classes where the main deal happens, and you will absolutely fall in love with the service. Not only we give you all the study materials that you can ask for, we also provide you with teachers who have been teaching for 5, 6 years, and they have graduated from IITs and NITs as well. You're not going to find these teachers everywhere in your life. You have to access them, and if you find them, why not try them? So come check out the classes as well. Enroll for the bridge course. It starts this Monday. Very few seats are still remaining. So go ahead and enroll yourself. To enroll and enable the help of your doubt expert as well, go to the link in the description, click on it. You can get my teacher scholarship, which will bring down your course fee from 499 to 49 rupees. Another interesting fact about it, you can actually win this 49 rupees back and earn while you're learning with us. How? Let me tell you about it. We are the only institute where students can actually learn and earn at the same time. We have an idea of rewarding you with this crypto coin called as ODA coin. These coins, 8 of them are equal to 1 rupees. Yes, it used to be 4 coins, 1 rupees, but inflation in India. So 8 coins are now 1 rupees. Yet if you join for the bridge course, you can actually win more than 2000 coins just by being there and attending classes. And there are four lucky students who can win up to 4000 coins as well. Now divided by 8, and you'll realize why I told you that you can actually win back whatever money you're investing in. So you get to learn, you get to earn, and you get to do it for free also. Not only that, you can buy amazing gadgets from the Oda Mall using the coins. You don't have to pay anything. We will even deliver it to you for free. So go check out the app and find out all more interesting things. I'll not ruin all the suspense for you. I'm sure you would love it. Go check out the app, try our free classes, join for the bridge class. If you want to take the scholarship, use the link in the description box. Give us a subscribe and make sure you share the video with your friend so they also get to know. Next time you see a flower, take a little moment, appreciate its purpose that it has. to play in the grand scheme of our life. Now, I hope you enjoyed the topic with me. I'll be back with more things. Stay tuned. Have a wonderful day. Click on the bell icon so you get notified when I come up with the next topic. See you soon.